welcome. You're listening to Passages. I'm Drew, and I've got Tim and Jason with me. The team is back together again. Tim, it's good to see you.
Great to be back with you.
We missed you last week. I went through 2 lozenges from talking so much last week, so we're glad you're here.
Jason and I just hate talking.
I know,
just
I've
hate
noticed that
talking
about
so
you
much.
guys.
It was really difficult, actually.
Yeah.
Just pulling those words out of each other.
No, trying to keep it under 2 hours. That's what was difficult.
Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. You guys, I have a Yay Sports today, so this is kind of
Yay Sports.
I haven't been bringing many sports segments to the show, so it's time for me to do this. Mm-hmm. And it's no big secret, no big revelation. I think it's time to talk about the Tyson fight.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, there's been a development. For a while, they acted like they were just going to classify it as an exhibition game, and they decided to count it as a pro fight.
So this is going to
go
count
on their record.
Oh, wow.
And
now, how old is Mike Tyson now?
he's 57. He'll be 58 when the fight happens on July the 20th.
And,
My age.
And Jake Paul is in his...
think about that.
And Jake Paul's in his 20s?
He's exactly 30 years younger, 27.
Oh, wow.
And they
basically like me.
They've got some new rules. They're going to reduce the rounds to 2-minute rounds. They're going to do 8 2-minute rounds.
And Jake has fought professionally before, right? Did he fight?
He's
Who did
9-1 pro fights.
And he fought like, who was it? Floyd Mayweather? Somebody, was it?
No,
it was
I don't
somebody
think it
that
was
was like at the end of their career, but he fought somebody, Manny Pacquiao? I don't know. I'm
I don't
making this up.
Who's the guy on ESPN? Stephen
A. Smith?
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith was talking about Jake Paul, and he said sooner or later he's going to have to fight a real fighter. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he knows more about this stuff, obviously, than I do. And
So he
whoever
fought
he's
somebody.
fought,
It was
it's all
more of
been
a,
kind of like
more
this
of a
Tyson
stunt.
thing.
He fought one of the UFC guys, didn't he? That came
Yes,
out and boxed him. That's who it was.
But I don't think
Okay.
this is on the. I'm thinking this is the official pro record for him. He's 9-1. Tyson is 50-6, and most of those
no, he's
losses
57.
He's won 50 fights. He's lost
sorry,
6.
sorry.
And most of those 6 were near the end of his career.
Yeah.
And this was the point Stephen A. What's his name again?
Smith.
Stephen A. Smith. I
real
have to
uncommon
turn in
name.
my man card now. Yeah. How can I not remember Stephen A. Smith? Another point he was making is, Tyson was, well, it wasn't him, it was somebody else, but Tyson lost all those fights 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. And most of the people in the know are not in favor of this fight. They think it's a mistake for Tyson.
Yeah.
And they think Jake Paul, if he wants to box, he needs to start facing some people his age in his weight class who are actual boxers.
He may be 57, but I guarantee you that dude still got a heavy fist when he hits.
He does, and he's been putting some stuff out on social media about his workouts, and they look very impressive. He looks very intimidating, but those reels last maybe 6 seconds.
Yeah.
You're watching
Stamina's
just
gonna
a few
get him.
seconds.
Right.
And
If stamina comes into play.
Yeah.
If he does what he did the night that I was at Brother Donald Cockrell's house for like the $55 pay-per-view of
Ladies and gentlemen.
Mike Tyson versus Marvis Frazier that lasted about 80 seconds.
Yeah. Well,
And you could tell, it was the only fight I ever saw that you could tell it was over as Mike Tyson was walking to the ring because he looked like an animal.
He was an animal.
I mean,
back
it was
in those
like,
days.
and you could tell, I mean, you could look at Marvis Frazier, that's Joe's son, and he was a heavyweight champion at the time.
He was probably ready to
he
go.
was no tomato can. I mean, he was.
but he was not Mike Tyson.
But you could tell he was like, if I could find a way to get out of here right now, I'm gone.
Hey, there's a reason they named a video game after that guy.
Yeah.
And
he was something
I'll
else.
leave the belt in the ring, and I'm getting a cab out of here
Yeah.
But I thought he was going to kill him, and it lasted. And it was one of those where it's like we're all sitting around, and really, our friend had paid like maybe $50, $60, $70 for a pay-per-view back
Right.
then. We had watched all these lead-ins all night, and it was like, Well, that's it.
Time to go home.
Yeah.
Guess we're going to the house
It's
now.
different when you're 57, though.
Yeah.
You know,
no doubt.
I'm not a boxer. I just play one on
reflexes,
TV.
yeah.
But when I do my workouts, those first 5 punches are a lot different than the punch number 20, 22, 23.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not getting hit. I mean, it just wears you out faster than any sport, any activity.
Yeah.
Throwing punches with the gloves weigh a little bit. It just wears you out
That
so
was the
fast.
other thing, right? They're wearing great big gloves,
Yes.
aren't they?
So what I understood is the shorter rounds were a nod to Tyson. They help him out.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger gloves are for Jake Paul
Yeah.
because they usually fight with 8-ounce, 10-ounce
Mm-hmm.
gloves. They're fighting with 14-ounce gloves.
Because it'll all be a matter of how long can Jake Paul stay away from Mike Tyson, right?
Because if early on, if he lands one, he could do some damage to
If
Paul.
Tyson wins, he wins early.
He's not going. I don't see this going 8 rounds.
Well, he was always a brawler. He never had a lot of strategy. He was just going to come out
Yeah.
and hit you as hard as he could.
There's no finesse.
And
Yeah.
50-something people's lights went out when he hit him. I mean, he
Or
punches
bit them.
hard.
So
Yeah, he did. I wonder if Jake Paul's going to wear that ear protection like they
no,
wear for
no
wrestling.
face protection. That was another thing they said. They're not doing any face
I
protection.
sure would put some Tabasco on my ears or something to keep him from gnawing on it, though.
I don't think it would stop him.
it looks like the last time that he fought, actually Tyson was on the card. It says that Paul fought basketball player Nate Robinson, who I think was a basketball player who was trying to turn into a boxer. And then Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
When?
And this says November 28th. I'm not sure. 2020 maybe?
So Tyson had a real
Okay,
fight in
so maybe-
2020?
So maybe there was some other stuff that came after it.
And-
I'm trying to quickly
but
read
Tyson won that fight.
through. Yeah.
So he's not coming out of retirement right for this fight. He's been fighting.
I'd say he's coming. There,
Maybe not official pro
Okay.
not
fight.
I think the
retirement,
one
but
you
he's
talked
been in
about-
mothballs for a little bit.
Yeah.
Jake Paul fought Nate Diaz. That's the
That's
MMA,
him. Yep.
right? So I'm not sure that one. I'm not getting the years here.
So what is Jake Paul's? Was he a YouTuber turned
Yeah.
boxer celebrity?
Right. So he and his brother Logan Paul, who's now in the WWE,
Okay.
they're just
Which is
male
fake.
Kardashians.
So one's
I mean,
a real boxer, one's a fake boxer or fake fighter.
yeah. Logan's
I wouldn't even
for
say
real.
fake
The
fake
stuff
fighter.
with Tyson's a
No.
fake.
They don't. You
Corey-
have to
fake-
actually touch each other to fight.
They actually
don't-
choreograph.
Y'all
I
need
think
to
it's
stop.
fake dancer.
it's like dancing.
When I bring in Nathan Harr
His underoos.
for the wrestling bit.
Sorry, we only have three mics.
3 mics.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how to watch this fight on July the 20th?
I do not know.
Is it pay per view? I would
No,
assume.
it's Netflix.
Really?
Isn't that odd?
That
What a
is
world
odd.
we live in.
But you know where they're having it? Jerry World, right? I mean,
Jerry
they're having
World?
this thing at AT&T
AT&T Stadium in
Dallas.
Arlington?
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So it's in a 100,000 seat stadium. I wonder how many people will pay to go there.
Oh, well, all 100,000.
think so.
I
You
You
have
haven't
no
got your
doubt.
tickets yet?
I have no
I
doubt.
do not.
That's why this fight is going on. Nobody thinks it's going to be a real boxing match. It's because these two personalities will draw a crowd.
Yeah.
And, having it on Netflix, that's very unusual.
What if
But-
Tyson came out and it's like he found the fountain of youth and he just destroys the
Like his face tattoo is gone.
face tattoo's gone, right? He comes out with that, the cutout sweatshirt,
Yep.
just there's no
Yep.
sides on it,
Yep.
just over the top.
I mean, I would
That
love for
kid
him
was
to
a
win.
fighter back in the
Custy
day.
Amato comes
would
out
love
with
for him to win the
who's
fight.
been
I
dead
really
for about
would.
40 years.
But I'm just afraid it's going to be an embarrassment to him. It's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
an embarrassment to Jake Paul.
I-
Even if he
maybe.
wins, because it's like you,
Jake
you
Paul
just beat
has
a guy who's
everything to
30
lose.
years. That's exactly right.
Except,
And not
listen,
much to win except for millions of dollars.
But if this is the path that he's followed, he's not interested in being a legitimate boxer.
He's laughing all the way to the bank, isn't
he's
he?
just interested in being a celebrity.
Jake
Popular.
Paul.
Yeah.
Which fighting Mike Tyson certainly helps that.
But if he
right?
wins, people are like, well, he should have won. He's 30 years younger.
Yeah.
If he loses, he becomes the laughing stock of,
Let's hope he loses.
I will be pulling for Mike Tyson in this one.
I
I'm
think
going for him.
How old was George Foreman when he came back and fought?
He fought at
Holyfield or
45,
Tyson? Yeah.
I think. I mean, so
Wow.
still a lot younger than this, but he seemed ancient, right?
And he
could not
struggled.
move.
No. It was like his gloves weighed 40
All he
pounds.
did was just cover up and pray for that one time.
haymaker.
And that'll be the same thing here. There won't be a lot of movement, but the hand is still what it used to be.
And Foreman probably came out like I did my first football game my senior year in high school. He came out planning to win. He was ready, and then the first few punches started to be thrown.
And then the bell rung, and he knew he was in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, and those
But Tyson punches
Instagram
hard
videos.
enough. He just has to
Instagram
land one.
videos are impressive, but they're 5-6 seconds long. So we'll see how he's already made a concession to go down to 2-minute rounds. That already tells you that he's not the man he was 30 years ago.
Of course not. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll keep everybody posted on this. I
That was
know
a
you're
good one. I like that.
coming to Passages in order to hear about boxing. That's why people tune in.
All right. For my segment, let's see what we've got here, Drew.
You gonna back up a little bit?
Bag up, bag up. Bag
Are you
up,
taking
Terry.
us back?
Put it in reverse, Terry.
We are backing it up.
What you doing, Terry?
So a couple of weeks ago, Drew gave us a very popular segment among the listener verse.
We've got to name this segment.
Among our passengers. I'm
Right.
trying to let that catch
Passengers.
on. Our passengers.
And it was the Gen Z dictionary. So he taught us a lot. I've still got my list here.
I got some ridicule from it. I went home and used the term bussin', and my boys were like, Dad, that's not proper. That's only about food. And I was like, that's not what Drew said.
No, I
And
deny
they didn't
that.
accept that.
I deny it.
Oh, I got my list here. I'm going to add to it.
Yeah. So thanks to my sister who sent me some content. So I told her that I was going to make her famous among about 37 people. So thanks, Kim, for sending some input here on more Gen Z terms. Now, I'm going to try to...
Wait, we were up over 40, right?
40 terms?
No, 40
40 listeners.
40 listeners. Oh, yeah, we're over 40.
40
We cleared.
passengers.
passengers. He checked the stats tonight,
Yeah,
man.
All right.
Our audience
We're
is up.
going
It's
viral.
I don't know if I would have told that, but it's out now. So
No.
It's just a matter of time
It's
before
growing.
we begin to see exponential growth. I mean,
Yes.
so if everybody will...
Man, now I'm embarrassed.
If everybody
never
will,
going to get a sponsor now.
if everybody will tell an
They
exponential
can see
number
the
of
same
people
stats.
About this podcast, we would appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to try to give you a new Gen Z term and maybe a sentence to go with it, and you guys tell me what if you know it already, or maybe what you think it means, and then we'll try it with a little definition here.
I like that.
All right. Okay. So the first term is facts.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Miss Johnson is a better teacher than Miss Callahan. Facts.
Facts.
I mean, something's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one's easy, right?
I've heard that
It's
before,
just
yeah.
factual, right? I mean, yeah.
I like that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Pressed. Y'all heard pressed?
That's like my shirts and pants when I iron them pressed.
They're pressed. That's right. But not in this case. The Gen Zers would say, Jack started talking about Rachel, and now you're all pressed.
Impressed.
No.
I still don't know.
So
Under pressure?
So pressed means stressed, upset, annoyed.
Okay.
So to be pressed. I don't know if it's
pressed
I don't know if
between-
it's short, maybe for depressed. I don't know.
Oh.
But pressed means stressed, upset, or
pressured.
annoyed.
Pressured, maybe? I don't know.
All right.
Okay. I probably won't use that one.
How about simp?
Simp.
Simp. Dude, you dyed your hair for her. You're a simp.
Simpleton.
I think that's where we're headed.
Simple
It's-
Simon?
It's someone who does way too much for a person they like. A
Okay.
simp. Right. So,
You're just calling him an idiot.
an idiot. That's right. That's it.
What's wrong
Simp.
with just saying idiot?
I sort of like simp though. You're a simp.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're not a simp, but
No,
I was
might
just
be.
sort of trying to use
I like ID 10T. I've always thought that was pretty clever. It's an
Idiot.
alternate
Get it.
spelling for
All
idiot.
right. How about touch grass? Y'all ever heard of touch grass?
No,
All right.
that's a new one to me.
Dude, that's not even funny. Touch grass. All right. So this means when somebody is doing, so the official definition I got, well, let me start with like what my son told me. He said that like his context would have been quit playing those video games and touch grass. Means go
Get
outside,
outside.
quit living in the house.
Okay.
But the official definition is when someone is doing something weird, stupid, or pointless, hey, get some fresh air out in the real world. Touch grass.
Okay. Can we change it to mow grass and then we could get something done?
I like
when we go
I like the
outside.
sound of that.
Touch grass sounds something more like what happens when you miss your assignment in blocking in a football practice.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it might have
up-downs.
had something to do with
Yeah,
up downs.
that's what I was thinking.
That's exactly where my mind
Touch
went.
grass. Get out into the real world.
Touch
Get
grass.
outside. All right.
When you've been inside too long.
Say less.
I haven't heard it, but I know what it means.
All right. We're going to eat after this. Say less.
Oh, maybe I don't know what it means.
So it's to understand someone fully and clearly. So it's more like just emphasis. Say less.
That's perfect.
Isn't that-
That's
We're going to eat after this. Say less.
so it means you.
that I understand you.
I understand.
Yeah.
Say less.
Say less. How about throwing shade? I think this is an easy one, right? We
Yeah, I've
know
heard
what
that.
throwing shade
Throwing
is,
shade.
right? I don't think that's even a Gen Z thing. I mean, I think we talk about.
That's like
I think we would use the term
That's like an
maybe
ins-
throwing shade.
insult, like to
Yeah,
insult
exactly.
someone. Yeah.
Right. So disrespect someone. This, the official definition was without saying their name, but it's obvious who you're talking about. You're throwing some shade. So, all right. In the original chapter 1 of the Gen Z dictionary, we had cap. So another term that you use is no cap,
No cap.
right?
Yeah.
Which is clearly obvious.
I'm not. It means I'm not exaggerating.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to Chick-fil-A after this. No cap. Right.
mean,
Which
we're
means
really going.
We're really going.
Really doing it.
I did a little research into where cap came from.
Okay.
All right. So no cap means to convey truth or authenticity.
Yeah.
And the cap came from gold teeth. So there are
No.
two kinds of gold teeth that you can have. You can
You're
have
kidding.
perms or you can have caps. And a
Which are
cap
removable.
is a fake, right? It's not the real deal.
You are kidding me.
So
I thought it
there's-
had to do with capital letters.
yeah,
Like you're exaggerating. That's capital.
but cap's a fake, right?
it's a fake gold tooth.
Yeah. All right.
Mind blown.
How about this?
I mean, you
How
just
about,
taught me something tonight.
Yes, sir. You heard that?
Oh, I hear that all the
Heard that one
time.
at the race on Saturday
Yes,
as Jonathan and I were
sir.
going back to the
Yes,
car.
sir.
Right? I heard
Is this
the guys
mean?
behind me
Does this
said,
mean
"Yes,
something other than
sir."
yes, sir?
It means
It's eager. It's an eager yes.
no doubt. You
Eager
know it,
affirmation.
right? Yes, sir. Yep. So, all right. Back to the list. We only
Yeah,
have
we
3
got
to go.
off track.
Let them cook.
That's what happens when you put hamburgers on the grill, and you got to let them cook.
You got to let them cook.
Yeah.
He scored 20 in the first quarter. Just let him cook. That means give time to someone on the verge of a breakthrough.
Okay.
So my sentence and my definition are not exactly aligned, but it's sort
No,
of like let it go, let it continue,
tracks.
let him cook.
It's like, oh man, like if you get into a good monologue tonight, and we're like, oh man, let him
Just
cook.
turn him loose.
Let him cook.
And the last one in chapter 2 of the Gen Z dictionary, and I'm just going to say this regular and see if we can figure out how to use it. Have you heard the word skibbity?
On
Can you
Popeye
spell that?
cartoons, skibbity, skibbity.
S-K-I-B-I-D-I, skibbity. Skibbity? I think it's supposed to be something like that. Skibbity?
Really?
And so it's like, hey, bro, skibbity? Or what you doing today, skibbity? It's a word used to
I'm
start.
phoning a friend.
All right. You're going to ask them if they can tell you what skibbity means?
I'm just going to see if my kids are even paying attention.
We'll do a redirect later.
Yeah,
And see
oh,
if
yeah,
we can
I'll
get
bring
an
it up when
answer
I
on
hear
this.
back.
All right. So, according to the research, skibbity is a word used to start a conversation, specifically a conversation filled with brain rot.
So we should have started the podcast with Skibbity.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be our opener.
So,
So you start a
Skibbity?
conversation
So
with it?
if you're intending to start a useless conversation,
hey, bro, skibbity.
hey bro, skibbity, and then you say,
I don't know what you say.
Meaningless
after that.
drivel
Right, maybe
afterwards?
that's it. Right? Maybe. if
Okay.
you're maybe it's an indication that
Skibbity?
you're about to start a sort of some silliness or something. Ridiculous conversation. Skibbity.
I've never heard that term.
Yeah. They're apparently, and I'm probably sharing more than I really even know, but there's apparently some type of there's some kind of YouTube video, something called Skibbity Toilet. And I think it is like somebody's face in a toilet telling stories or doing something.
"Oh, this world."
And what's bad is they probably have more viewers than we do listeners.
Oh,
and it's
there's
a
no
face
question
in
about
I
a
don't
that.
toilet.
think it's even
It's
close.
a face in a toilet.
Yeah.
Why didn't we think about things like that when we were? Well, you know why we didn't have YouTube. Tim didn't even have
I was trying to remember one of the
electricity.
words to explain to you.
And a transistor radio. All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Chapter 2, Gen Z Dictionary.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on, I got a reply. Bad, evil.
Skibbity?
That's what
He
skibbity,
says skibbity toilets is bad.
skibbity toilets is bad. Okay, all right.
Like we shouldn't be talking about it bad? or,
we've got to cut that out of this podcast.
Like,
bad?
that's not very
We
clear.
Should not be talking about it.
This is great radio right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
This is determining whether or not this episode has been edited.
Yeah.
Right, I might cut that out.
Everyone may or may not hear this part. I should know back in a second. Oh, here we go. I said, we should not be talking. No, it means something's bad.
Something's bad.
Something's
Okay, all
That's
right.
good. So
I
we're
like
good.
Tim's definition better.
We don't have to edit that
Because I
out.
was thinking it'd be funny to open up the show one day just with a skibbity.
Skibbity. All right.
All right. So I'm going to bring us down a little bit and go with something serious that I read I saw an article this week that really frustrated me. And it got under my skin a little, and I want to bring it up. So I'm going to read the title of it, and then I'll read some of the article, and then we'll get into it. Succession actor. Have y'all heard of the TV show named Succession? I have not.
I've heard people talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. Succession actor bashes the Bible, calls religion a bad influence on humanity, and is quoted by saying people are so stupid. The little caption under the title says, the Scottish actor who is an atheist tied religion's harmful impact to the war in Gaza. So I'm just going to read parts of this. I won't read the whole thing because it's a fairly long article. Succession actor Brian Cox gave a hard assessment of religion and its impact on the world in a new wide-ranging interview out this week. It was an interview on a podcast, and I am not going to give it any free advertising, so I will not say it. The Scottish actor, who is a self-professed atheist and socialist, argued that religion has sold humans a false story about reality and contributed to their own stupidity. And he says human beings are so, bad word, basically, because they're so stupid. Religion has led us into all kinds of horror, he went on to say, referencing the Holocaust, the wars in Ukraine and Gaza. The same things are being repeated again and again in belief systems which do not serve, he said. The actor claimed that the conflict in the Middle East is never going away because it is fueled by these faulty systems which hurt both Muslims and Jews. Lamenting the lives lost in the conflict, he added, people are so stupid and they cannot see the writing on the wall. Put a pin there. The problem with religion is that it shields humans from examining how they are contributing to society's problems. It's all about this notion of God, the idea that there's a God that takes care of all of us. There's no such thing. Doesn't happen. That's not what it's about. It's about us, and we don't examine ourselves nearly enough. We don't look at who we are. We're always looking outside of ourselves instead of looking inside ourselves. He explained of humanity's relationship with religion. And he also criticized the Bible as one of the worst books ever. He goes on to talk about how the creation account of Adam and Eve in Scripture, to complain that propaganda from religious texts has contributed to a patriarchal society because Eve came from Adam's rib, basically. It's not the truth. It's a mythology. We've created the idea of God, and we've created it as a control issue, and it's also a patriarchal issue, and it's essentially patriarchal. We haven't given enough scope to the matriarchy. Humans simply haven't evolved to the point where we look inside ourselves to deal with our problems rather than trying to solve our problems with religion. And he just keeps going. I thought this was really funny. He said, the Succession star explained how he's found more answers to life's questions through acting. He explained that he believes the one true church to be the theater because it is the church of humanity. It's people dealing with those false gods we create for ourselves, and the notion of the word God anyway is a conceit. It's a terrible conceit that we don't really acknowledge. So there's a few things that really just put a burr under my saddle with this guy. So first of all, he refers to anyone who believes in God as stupid. I will not refer to him as stupid. I think he's wrong, but he's entitled to his opinion. And if he wants to have that opinion, he can have that opinion. But don't call people who have a belief system stupid. Another thing that really, really stood out to me.
That's a lot of geniuses who are stupid.
Well, exactly. And then he talks about how the Bible is the worst book ever written. But in this paragraph where he says, lamenting the lives lost in the conflict, he added, people are so stupid and they cannot see the writing on the wall, which has it, that idiom, that phrase,
Right, he's
has its
using
roots
biblical
in the Bible. And I bet he doesn't even
from the
know.
worst book ever that everybody has heard of. That's the bestseller of all time.
I bet
That's
he
changed
doesn't
the
even
world.
know that is rooted in Scripture.
What's his criteria for good books and bad books?
I wondered that as well.
Like, how do you? Because if you judge it based on sales, it's one. If you
Longevity, right?
Longevity, influence. I don't know what standard he's using to say it's a
one
bad
of the
book.
most quoted books ever
Oh
written.
yeah.
The other thing that really stood out to me here is he kept talking about how Christians look outside of themselves and not inside of themselves. If anything, the Bible tells us to look into our heart and realize where we're wrong
And admit you're a sinner.
and then turn to God. But we still have our work we're doing inside. It's not like I don't know.
I
whole thing
love
flew
these
over.
guys who blame
yeah.
all war on religion.
Yeah.
As if Mao Zedong didn't exist, Joseph Stalin didn't exist.
Yeah.
Like all the communist experiments have just worked out so swimmingly. They've just been beautiful. I love how they just totally gloss over all these horrific and blaming the Holocaust on religion.
Yeah.
Come on. The Holocaust was not created by religion. It was created by the Nazis.
It was. It was
And that
created in the mind of a demented man that was a hysterical racist and
he
hated
was not a Christian.
specific group of people.
I mean, I know people might argue that he had Christian. He was just using that
Yeah, he was using that name
for his
title.
fascist dictatorship. It was not a religion. And it's just so deceptive. I mean, if you're going to start out your argument, your moral argument with a lie, then why should we listen to anything that follows?
And what makes him so? One of my questions is what makes him important enough to make these comments to get his name, I mean, this is all over the national news media. It's on every major news
I
heading.
don't know why we listen to these people.
And what did you think about his comment? This comment was laughable to me, where he said that he explained that he believes the one true church to be the theater because it is the church of humanity. So we all know the little song, here's the building, here's the steeple, open the doors, here's the people. What's the church? The church is humanity. You can't say it's the church of humanity, because the church is humans who have bent their knee to God, who have followed the gospel plan of salvation, and are unified under the following of probably the greatest teacher to have ever lived.
But to say that
It's theater.
that the real truth comes from a group of people who gather to act is somehow it doesn't really compute, right?
No,
I mean, it's like
I guess he said something about working out our false gods and working through, art and theater is included in that, is a way to work through human emotions. But you're not going to look inside yourself and find in this complicated life the answers to all your questions. You're just going to feel like life is purposeless and absurd, and you get into existential crisis at that point. You've got to have something beyond yourself.
Yeah. And so in preparing for this, I just wanted to know what percentage of Americans at least believe on some level that there is a God. Because I know that number is coming down.
I guarantee you this guy hates America.
Oh, it sounds... well, he says he describes himself as an atheist and a socialist.
Yeah,
I would love for him to spout these opinions in some of these other socialist or countries that are not very tolerant of free speech. Mm-hmm. And he would not get as warm of a welcome. They wouldn't be plastering his article all over headlines. But so I looked it up, and I found a research, I guess a survey from Pew, the Pew Research Group. I don't think they have anything to do with church pews. I think that's just the name of the research group. But this one went back to, I got to zoom in on it, July 31st through August 6th of 2023. So this is relatively fairly recent data. And the question was, percentage of U.S. adults who believe the following about the supernatural. So this is a fairly general, broad list. But believe in God as described in the Bible or in some other higher power or spiritual force. What percentage would you put of America would believe that?
I think it's down to like 76.
It was 88%.
88?
In this research poll. I'm trying to see. It said somewhere.
Of course, that includes God of the Bible. That includes like.
Well, but still, this
Brahma.
But these are people that believe in some type of supernatural theistic being, which an atheist says does not exist, which he is standing against. Believe there is something spiritual beyond the natural world, even if we can't see it. That number was 81%. And believe that there are some things that science cannot possibly explain. And that was like 74%.
So only... That's funny. Now that's stupid.
That is
to think that science can explain everything. But you don't know what science is if you think it can explain everything. Science can only explain what's right in front of it.
Yeah. It just bothered me that he has this platform and he's speaking. I mean, he is calling you and me, the three of us, stupid people for believing this.
Well, you said you didn't want to call him stupid, and I won't refer to him exactly because I've already forgotten his name, but tell me this. Okay, we're stupid for believing that God created the world in 6 days. I think it's pretty stupid to think that this world just popped into existence without a cause.
Yeah.
That's stupid. We know from science that has all the answers that this world has a beginning point and that everything is contingent. We already know that. So it started, and he's telling us that it just just happened.
Yeah, that there's
That's
no designer.
Stupid.
that takes
That's
more
really stupid.
That takes more faith in the unbelievable
That's right.
than Christianity. And in fact, there's a really good book on apologetics. What's the author's name? The name of the book is "I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist."
Yeah, is that
It's
Geisler?
I think it's Geisler. It is a very scientifically involved book. It's a hard one to read, but man, the data in there. I read it years ago, and it was like, I don't know how anybody can argue against that there is a creator.
Yeah. I mean, at least don't call people stupid for believing something differently about things that you don't witness, that you don't know. Don't act like the origin of the universe is settled.
And just because you believe this with if there's 88% of the people in the U.S. believe, based on this poll, that there is some type of theistic being, it means there's 12% that believe there's not. So you're in the minority of people. Don't be so vigilant in trying to bash what we believe just to make your truth is not the truth. There's only one truth, and don't bash it. I mean, we're not forcing Christianity down your throat. I mean, I don't think we would ever go to it. The three of us in this room anyway, I don't think we would ever go to an atheist and say, "You're a stupid idiot because you believe the way you believe." I just don't believe we would do that, because the way you teach people is through love and kindness, which this guy obviously forgets about because he's being pretty snarky in his article. Maybe he should look within himself and figure out what's wrong in his life.
At least he acts like an atheist.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's honest about where atheism takes you. It makes you a really nasty person, because there are a lot of atheists that say, life is all about loving and caring for one another.
Yeah.
Why?
He went in some really crazy ways here, but I was just made some notes about what you were saying. He said, and he started by mentioning that, like, this conflict in the Middle East was, it's just based on fake religion, right? And I'm hoping you guys are more into that, what's going on there, than I am. But I see enough every day to know that the protests and everything that are going on around it seem to be slanted in the direction sort of opposite of what I would expect. And is there any light you guys can shed on that? It's like there seems to be a lot of and we know college campus demonstrations are sort of questionable sometimes anyhow, but it's like seems to be all this support for Hamas, right? And it's like what's going on there? That doesn't seem to be the normal way things
Seems
would flow
organized
here.
to me. Seems organized. It seems like this. I think it's been building a long time in this country. I think there have been a lot of people underground that have been quietly setting up for this on our college campuses. And I think the hatred for the Jewish people is alive and well. And sadly, in this country, there are a lot of people that won't stand up for the Jews. And we've forgotten about the Holocaust. We've forgotten about how they came to be a state again in 1948. People don't know the history. These are kids that are very impressionable.
Right. So there's somebody
seem edgy.
There's somebody inciting it, right? And
through TikTok. TikTok is a big part of this too.
These people who, want to be edgy, want to be, I want to be part of the latest movement or whatever, I guess, are easy to be pulled into this.
Yeah, they're useful idiots, I think is the term.
I saw a clip of somebody interviewing one of the protesters, and the protester had no idea what they were out there truly protesting against.
Okay.
They don't know
and I
what's
think
going
there
on.
is a lot. I think there is, like you said, there is some organized group that is stirring up these young minds to get out and fight the system.
And the
that's
same
what
people are being reasonable.
Yeah.
And they're sitting back and they're like, well, we don't want to interrupt free speech. We don't want to be seen as somebody who's against the Bill of Rights.
Yep.
We want to respect other opinions here in America. That's what we're all about. But, was it yesterday at UCLA a group of Jewish students said, you know what? This has gone beyond
Yeah.
the pale, and the police aren't going to help us, and the college isn't going to help us, so we're going to fight back. And it started fighting back. Reasonable people will eventually fight back, and when they do, I think a lot of the people on the Hamas side in this country, I think they will fade away. Now, over there, it's a different story. They'll fight to the death.
Right.
Yeah.
This-
But I also think we have a situation where our leadership nationally does not want to pick one side or the other because there's this really huge important thing coming up at the end of this year called an election. And I think our leaders are doing all they can to tiptoe down the middle of this line without inciting the pro-Palestinian people and without
There's no
inciting.
middle.
But there really
Neither
isn't.
side has a middle. If anybody is interested in any kind of middle ground, it would be Israel, because what I'm hearing Hamas say is from the river to the sea.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's awful.
We want it all. We're not. They're not interested in a two-state solution.
But if our leaders on our college campuses, our leaders in these big cities, our leaders nationally would just come out and say, you people are being ridiculous. This has to stop. This is beyond free speech. This is now intimidation. This is whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
and I guess I saw last
because
night.
it is criminal. It is becoming criminal. And how
was it
it's,
this
it's
morning
being
that I
acted
saw
out.
that they basically broke into this classroom building in Columbia University, and they were like broke in and were basically
smashing
possessing it
things.
or whatever, right? You know,
Blocking students
Right.
from going to class,
And I think
especially
they-
Jewish students.
and I think they had ended up just sending the kids home from school or something. I mean,
Some of
like,
the colleges have
you know,
just
they
canceled
just
the
canceled
rest
the-
of the
Why do
semester.
people send their kids to these colleges? I don't.
Well, the prestige. My child went to Columbia.
Yeah, but that they're
I mean,
hopefully
a lot of
losing that
these are
prestige
Ivy,
now.
Ivy League schools. Yale.
These are old schools. It's really sad to see them go this way, but they're ruined.
Well,
I mean, they're
And they've been slowly being ruined for years and years and years. You know, one thing, the article that I read, I've not listened to the interview, but the tone of his comments is from an angry standpoint. Like he's angered. And I think we're at a place in the U.S. right now where there's a whole lot of frustration all the way around. And there's just a lot of angry people that are looking for an outlet for their wrath. And on these college campuses right now, these angry folks are doing what they're doing. And we see it all over the big cities. There's just a lot of anger. I don't know where it all stems from. I think a lot of it is that you can have a truth and I can have a truth and you can have a truth. And we're not focusing on the main
see
truth.
episode 21.
Yeah. I think that's a big. Well, I think the lady from NPR is a big part of the problem.
Yeah,
I don't know. Sorry to bring us down, but that article
some
just,
things are right and some things are wrong, and you
Absolutely.
can't get away from it.
No,
You know,
even though these people want to. And man, when I read that article today, or I didn't read it, I read it Monday or Tuesday, and it made me kind of angry. And I thought, I know what I'm bringing to the podcast because I need to get this out there that I don't know, it just bugged me.
Yeah. Well, time for a break. Maybe we can recover from that.
Let my blood pressure come back down a
Yeah,
little
the
bit.
blood pressure come down.
I
And,
felt my voice going higher like Beaker. It
some
it
deep
about to be
breathing.
like, me, 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 me.
yeah, that's when we know it's time for a break. We'll be back in a little bit. We're back, and Tim's got a quote for us this week. Tim, I was shocked at who you picked to quote this week. I couldn't believe it.
This will be a shocker. It will set the passengers on their heels. That this quote comes from the GOAT. Comes from
Tom Brady?
Coach Nick Saban of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
No, not anymore.
No.
Coach
Emeritus?
Emeritus.
Yeah.
Retired coach.
ESPN
Sniff.
broadcaster.
So I actually sent this to Jason and Drew just in passing because it's sort of a humorous quote, and we sort of all together noodled over it and said, hey, it's a little different, and we like to give you variety. And so we decided to take a shot at this quote. So some of you that are Bama fans may have heard this one before, but Coach Saban has a quote that says, if you want to make everyone happy, don't be a leader, sell ice cream. So pretty matter of fact. It's not some of the more flowery quotes that we've
It's not the
we've had on
deepest one we've done.
not the
for
deepest
sure,
one,
yeah.
but there is a lot of good thoughts and
There's a lot of wisdom in that.
and some good things that we can discuss here tonight. So
Let's start with the most important part.
The fun part.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, it's got to be Mayfield vanilla, and it has to have. It's got to be Mayfield homemade vanilla with a little caramel and a little chocolate. And the last two
Oh, you do
nights,
toppings?
Oh yeah, and
Okay.
the last 2 nights, it's been sitting on top of a small skillet cookie.
I think that's cheating a little bit. When he started with vanilla, I was like, "This is not this is not good." But then when I heard how he dressed it up,
That was an ice cream. That was a full blown
that was a day's worth of calories, is what that was.
You know what that was? A good night of sleep. Man, you eat that
Yeah.
right before you go to bed.
Yeah,
Until you wake up at about 3:30
hibernation.
sweating, you are good.
so I'm a big fan of Tillamook mudslide.
Oh,
Tillamook
I've
mudslide.
never heard of that.
Oh,
Is Tillamook a brand?
it's a brand. I think it's fairly new.
Where
I've
do
been
you get
eating
it?
Publix.
Okay.
Food Giant here in Leeds got the best price on.
I've never
Tillamook.
heard of it. I'm going to have to look for it.
Tillamook.
Tillamook.
So mudslide sounds like it have. Is it a
It's
vanilla?
chocolate with it's chocolate, and then it's got like pieces of like fudge candy in it.
So it's like
that's
double
good.
chocolate kind of thing, like
Yeah.
chocolate ice cream with some fudge in it.
Yeah,
So it's
Okay.
it's
similar
probably
to
not
the
fudge. It's like a chocolate candy.
Gotcha.
sounds similar to the Bluebell Smoky Mountain Fudge. Oh, that's good too.
Yeah,
I love a good cookies and cream.
Yeah.
That's strong for.
that's good
For me.
And cookies and any particular brand? Are you're not a snob with the?
I'm not
ice cream
I'm not a
brands?
snob.
Any cookies and cream.
But I can go. I can go Mayfield. I can go Bluebell. I can go Briars. Just
You go with whatever's on sale.
Tillamook has a cookies and
whatever's
cream.
on sale and whatever's in the freezer. I'll work on pretty hard. So
Yeah.
So obviously, this quote says, "If you want to make everyone happy, sell ice cream." Ice cream, can we all agree,
We get
makes
on
us
board
happy?
with that.
it
Yeah.
makes me happy.
I'm 44 years old. I can hear the ice cream truck, and my heart rate goes up like, "Oh, it's ice cream time."
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it truly does make you happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that's not what life is all about, is it?
It well
Making people happy.
I guess if you drive that truck, it is. But
Yeah. But if you want to be a leader,
if you want to be a leader, then
you make
it
people unhappy.
It takes something else, right? And so, of course, the point that's being made in this quote is that a leader can't make everyone happy. I don't think that it has to be, a required attribute of a leader to try to offend people or make people unhappy or anything like that. I don't think that's what Coach Saban was alluding to. I think the point is that leaders have to do difficult things.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not making everyone happy. It's delivering difficult news to people. Sometimes it's telling people things that they maybe don't want to hear but need to hear.
Confrontation.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing that makes it hard to make everyone happy is, and I wrote this down, leadership requires decisions. And if you're a leader of any type, leader in the church, leader in a company, leader of the band, whatever, you have to make decisions, and you're not going to please everyone with your decisions. At our house, 4 of us, we can't decide on where we want to go eat dinner or what we're going to
Everybody
have
has
for
a different
supper
opinion.
without somebody feeling like they lost and having their feelings hurt. And as a leader, and I work for myself, I run my own company. every time I make a decision, I know somebody's not going to like it. And it's rare if you get a majority of the people that are really, really excited about it. You'll have people that will accept it, but when you're making decisions, and you have to as a leader, you cannot be a leader without making decisions. You cannot make everyone happy, and you shouldn't try.
I've struggled with this my whole life.
Me too.
I'm a people pleaser. I don't like making people mad. I don't like confrontation. I want everybody to like me.
Yep.
And that, at least I know that about myself. That's the first step toward getting better. I haven't gotten much further than that, but leaders, real leaders who make the tough decisions and take people to new heights, I don't think they're immune to the pain that comes with the rejection when you make a decision. No. They just know that's part of the game, and they believe in what they're doing so much, they care more about where they're headed than being popular. And look, there's no possible way that you can make everybody like you. Because when you're trying to please this group, you're making this group over here mad. There's just no way. You can be duplicitous and lie, but eventually that's going to catch up with you, and then everybody will hate you.
And we've probably all tried to, in some setting throughout our lives, tried to make everybody happy. You know?
Absolutely.
And you've tried to do, you've been involved in something where, there's noise and you're just trying to resolve it all. And there's really nothing that can drain you more than trying to make everyone happy. And it's not only is it, futile, but it's exhausting. It's a waste of time. And you find yourself like just compromising. I'm not saying you're compromising your ideals, but it just, you feel weak, and you just feel like you're torn and you're just flailing when you don't sort of make a decision as a leader.
And
it's just a necessity.
Even if you make everybody else happy, you've done it at the expense of your own happiness.
That's
the other
there's
side
one
of
person you didn't make
that's not
happy in
happy.
that case.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's
And
that's
if you
the
know
other
what
side
you're
of it.
doing, that's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah. And it is a miserable thing to try to make everybody around you happy.
Yeah.
It can be done.
And, part of this is, you have to ask yourself about your own decision-making process when it comes to this, because I think part of it is make decisions that you have, you have reasons for, right? Don't make,
Just snap
don't make
decisions.
snap decisions. Don't make uninformed decisions. Maybe even be willing to change your decision, right? If presented different facts or information or whatever, but make it, if you're the leader, make it your decision, not, well, you've got a point there, so we're doing it because Sally said so.
Yeah.
No, I mean, even if you're the leader and you change your mind, it's your decision, right? It's not something that you're
Leaders have
deflecting
a
on
way
someone else.
of considering all the perspectives before they make the decision, and all the potential outcomes. Of course, you can't foresee everything, but you think, if I go this direction, where are we going to wind up? If I go in this direction, where are we going to wind up? And you have that kind of vision to see out there.
Well, and one of the key things too is when you do make a change in your decision, which anyone that's made decisions has seen their decision go the wrong way and have to come back, eat a little crow, and change their mind.
That's part of it.
And if you do that, own it. You know what? I, as your leader, I, as the person making decisions, made a poor decision. I recognize that this is what we're going to do to correct that poor decision, and we're going to try this.
And sometimes that's a way that you develop credibility with people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? Is not just, hey, I said that's the decision and don't confuse me with the facts. That's what we're going to do, right? I mean, that doesn't create followers. And if you don't have followers, you're not a leader, no matter what your position is.
So is there some tension here between this principle and Christ's call for us to be peacemakers? Of course, he said other things that balance that out. You know, in Matthew 10, he said, don't think that I've come to bring peace. I haven't come to bring peace but a sword. And that's where the leader comes in, where I can't make your family happy, but I can show you the way to salvation. And they may disown you. But we're called to be peacemakers, and he says, you know, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. So,
But I think
you
there
got
is-
two warring factions. You're standing between them.
But there is a difference between being a peacemaker and having peace and being happy. You can be unhappy with someone and still be at peace with them and respect their decision and humble yourself under that decision.
Mm-hmm.
To me, someone that's not a peacemaker are the ones that are intentionally stirring up people. They're causing people to
Actively
take
causing
sides.
the
They're
conflict.
disrupting peace.
Yeah.
Part of a job as a leadership, whether you're making good decisions or bad decisions, is to keep the peace. And sometimes you're the only one that hears all the complaints from all the, you'll have one person come and talk to you about this person, and that person will come and talk to you about this person. And you're the only one that has the full scale of what it's going to take to keep the peace. And making those decisions are going to probably make some people unhappy.
Yeah.
But you're keeping the peace, if that makes sense. I think peace and happiness are two totally different things.
And I think one of the things that a good leader can do is they think about their decisions. So they have rationale. Mm-hmm. And a great leader can explain their decisions, right? I didn't make so Jason, you may be upset about this decision I made. I certainly didn't make it to upset you.
That's right.
I made it for this reason. I think that it's the best for this reason. I'm sorry if you're upset by it. I hope you can see the rationale for why I think this is the route we need to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. You ought to try that.
Give that a shot.
It sounds like it might work.
So, one of the things when I had a team of people, one of the things I hated most in relation to making decisions on that team was not the everyday work, right? It wasn't like passing out work or giving people feedback on what was going on, just, in terms of managing the work. It was when it was time to deliver ratings and talk to people about how they were doing. And there was...
I would hate that.
And so you would have... Not only did you have to do that, but because, I can say, Jason, you're doing a great job. And I can even say, Jason, here's how I think we take your performance to the next level. But in the situation that I was in, we had to say, all right, you've got 14 people. You can have 4 exceptional people, 4 people who are meeting their commitments, and 3 people who are below average. And I'm not sure if my math worked there or not.
Not even close.
When you went and talked to these 3 people who thought they were probably doing their job, and some of them maybe thought they were really good at their job, and they might have been. It just might have been a really, really good team. And we would always ask every year, is there going to be a forced distribution? And the forced distribution meant we're going to have exceeds, meets, and does not meet. And it's like, and the does not meet, like, there's probably no money for them, and they're going to be put on a performance plan. Oh, great day.
This isn't
right.
just them not getting their way. There's some real life consequences involved.
And the next real life consequence is, and you know what, 3 months from now, when we have to cut 2 people on this team,
Yeah.
you know what I just decided?
Who's going?
That you don't have a job anymore, right? And so these decisions made me want to get out of that business altogether and like sort of work for myself, you know, and do sort of staff work or whatever. Because and I thought about this in relation to leadership decisions, because the worst part was not everybody's self-aware either.
No.
A lot of us are not
that's
self-aware.
true, yeah.
But some of us are
have no
really
idea.
not self-aware, right? Like think they're great and they're really not great. And so those are the ones that like just sort of blow your mind, because you're talking to them and they're like, what planet are you on? I don't even understand the words coming out of your mouth. How could this possibly have happened? And the real answer is, well, everybody else is better than you. You know, and so, but
And this is gonna hurt a little bit.
But you can never say it that way, right? It's got to be about like you and what can you do, and it's like, you know, so you say all these words like, well, you know, you're doing good, but I think we can, you know, this is, and it was just excruciating to me, and
Yeah, it's hard.
you know, and so that to me. Because that's not like, here's the decision we made and here's the rationale for this. There's all this gray area. Like, am I, you know, and so it'd keep me up at night thinking, do I really see reality? You know, we all sort of think we know. So I see these 14 people and I think I know what they're doing. Am I just missing it? When I turn my back, is something really different going on here? And the folks that are at the bottom of my list really ought to be at the middle, and the ones at the top are not the top, you know, and you wonder, you know, do I have a good vision of what's really going on here? Because I'm making like real life decisions for these people. And that stuff freaked me out. And it does go back to me like, you know, you can't make everybody happy, right? And that was one of those situations where it was clearly evident you can only make about 3 or 4 people happy, and the other 10 did not appreciate what you had to say to them at all. It's tough to be a leader. It's tough in a lot of different ways. I think about elders. It's tough to be a leader.
Yeah,
It's tough to be
I was
going to
bring that up, that one of the purposes of that quote was to tell folks, hey, you see me as a coach and you think it's all roses, but it's really difficult. And be careful what you wish for if you're wanting to be in a leadership position, like an elder or a football coach or some kind of government leader or corporate executive, because it's not easy, and there'll be a lot of times where you're very unhappy because of your ambition, where it has led you. And it's just, there's a lot of things, a lot of layers to that quote, but I think that's one of them is, you don't know what it's like to be me, Saban saying.
Yeah.
You know,
tough. One of the things, not that I would ever dispute CNS, Coach Nick Saban.
Wow.
But
I'm glad he told us what that meant. I thought it was a network.
I was thinking central nervous system.
He says, if you want to make everybody happy, don't be a leader, sell ice cream. I think what he really means is, if you want to make everyone happy, don't be a leader, give away ice cream. Because I think if you're selling ice cream, you probably still make a bunch of people mad,
days.
right? Mine's melting. My cone's cracked. This costs too much, you know. So even selling ice cream probably has its headaches with it.
Yeah, you can't make everybody happy. That's a flaw in that quotation.
I think it is. Not
even the ice cream man.
Not to dispute.
Has
and
complaints.
If Coach Saban ever
made flaws
or becomes a passenger, I apologize, Coach Saban, for disputing you.
Yeah.
Nick, if you're listening, we're happy to send you the link. Just reach out to us, and we'll figure out. Or if you hear about
if he's
that, we've
listening,
talked about,
he doesn't need to.
Well, I realized that when I said it. Yeah, if somebody tells you about this, let us know. We're happy to bring you in.
If he walked by somebody listening on a loudspeaker
on their stereo system.
What if the next time he uses this quote, he says, give away ice cream? It's like, wait a second, I think
he
he
did.
heard me.
That'll be
That's when
Tim
you sue
Layton.
him.
Yeah.
You sue him.
I don't think he trademarked it.
That's right. Well,
I'm going to go home and eat some ice cream.
Oh,
me too.
man,
That
yeah.
sounds like a plan. Well, we appreciate all of you listening and hope that you'll come back next time. We do have a couple social media accounts. In the meantime, if you just can't stand to be away from us that long, you can check us out at passages_podcast or passages_pod. Well, I got to tell you where that is. It's passages_podcast on Instagram, and on X or Twitter, whatever it is, it's passagespod. I don't think we have many followers over there on Twitter, so if you're a X person, you can go over there and check that out. And we just enjoy doing this, enjoy hearing your feedback. If you got a little time, leave us a rating or a review. That helps other people get to know who we are and find us. And I think our audience is growing. Jason let the cat out of the bag, but we are growing and
Kind of wanted to
appreciate
put
all
it
that.
back in after the looks I got.
We were just messing with you.
I know.
But we're thankful for each and every listener. And send us some ideas. We love to do that. We used some tonight, and we like to incorporate our listeners, our passengers, as much as we can. So stay tuned. We'll be back next week with another passage.